Sunday morning. It's Sunday after Thanksgiving. I don't know that any of us are really awake. We're starting slow this morning. The coffee's flowing. Hopefully things will get going soon. Figured I'd just kick the stream on. Welcome y'all. Hi.
Hi!
No. No, it's not going to be that kind of morning.
No.
No.
When is it ever?
Sunday mornings are getting hard, dude.
I know, that's what the viewers keep telling me.
Really? Sunday mornings are hard?
Like, you're way too early on Sundays.
We don't really have any choice. Oh, this is about it. This is all we got. Maybe we'll figure something else out, but until then,
yeah,
it's early on Sundays. But that's all right. You get going.
I mean, what else we got? Late on Fridays? You guys are out drinking and shit.
I'm not a drinker, dude. I drank 3 glasses of wine at Thanksgiving. Oh. 3 glasses of wine. I was ripped. I was not doing well that night either. I like messed with my stomach. I'm not a wine person. I like to drink it because it's fun and, you know, it's always amusing to walk around and tell my wife, "You're pretty." But that's what happens. That's a glass in. Who am I joking? That's 4 sips in. You're pretty. Pop the cork, smell the wine. My wife's like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those evenings."
Oh, it looks like my girlfriend was at Busch Gardens.
Oh.
With our friend Josh. His mom.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What the hell? It's close enough. Welcome to Take Offense.
Welcome to Take Offense. Remember, don't take offense.
Take a stand.
Yep. And if you do take offense,
well, that's your conscience tapping you on the shoulder.
Yeah. There's so many people take offense. It's so much stuff. It's crazy.
Fucking snowflakes.
Dude, there was a lady on my feed. She's losing her mind that, you know, the military may release 45 caliber pistols for sale to the public. And they're like, she's like, "Oh my God, don't you know how many women get abused by firearms?" And she's putting all these statistics. It's like, if you're an abused woman, go get a firearm. You know what? That puts an end to abuse real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Staring down a 45 barrel.
Not gonna help.
Yeah, that dude's not gonna want to abuse you anymore.
He's not down with that.
Yeah, that'll slow you down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do have a quote of the day.
Oh, yes.
I did do quote of the day.
Awesome.
And it is by Albert Einstein. And it is, "Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution." I like that one.
That's really good.
That's a good one.
That is really good.
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about Michael Bisping?
No.
I figured you don't like Michael Bisping, so you'd be...
No, I don't. So why would I want to hear about him?
Because Kelvin Gastelum knocked him unconscious in the first round.
Yay! Way to go, Kelvin.
Yeah, they did a thing. I don't know why he decided to fight like a week after George St. Pierre choked him unconscious. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And I guess he decided he needed to get knocked out. You know, big ups that he stepped up, but probably not his best idea.
Okay, so I'm looking at this thing. They have this slide.
It looks like
it's a metal slide.
Luging.
Kind of. You're sitting on a vehicle, and then you have a brake on it, and you go down this slide that is running alongside the Great Wall of China.
What?
Yes.
Where's the Great Wall of China? Is it on the inside or the outside?
It's up there, and
dude.
Yeah, you're sliding. It's 5,000 feet long.
Man, you gotta be careful. The Mongols will come for you. They're gonna use you as target practice.
Or whatever those sorry ass monsters that were in the Matt Damon movie.
I never saw that movie.
Yeah, me neither.
King said hi. Good morning.
Who said
Well,
hi?
Chicken King Scott.
Oh, hey Scott.
What's up, buddy? Amanda's actually eating some of your ham right now.
She says thank you.
Scott makes a ham. Last year it was with root beer. He makes it in a crock pot with root beer. This year it was Mountain Dew. And it is quite good.
He uses the soda to like break it down.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Break it down in the crock pot rather than in your belly.
It's really good though.
No, I'm saying it's better to use soda in the crock pot than actually consume it as a human being.
Yeah. So we had Thanksgiving.
Yay.
Or given Native Syphilis Day.
Well, hopefully you guys at least gave, had some good thanks to give.
Yeah. And we'll talk about, once we come back, we'll do our top 5 again, like we did last week. But we had a pretty good one. We had a pretty good Thanksgiving. We had it here at our place and had some friends over and a family member that Amanda found on Ancestry. And
Nice.
she had met her before, having her come stay the night in our house.
I was telling Cody that I did the Ancestry thing, and it said, "Hey, you've got a first cousin down in New Orleans." Well, funny thing, I've got a first cousin down in New Orleans, and he got an email, and it said, "Hey, you might have a first cousin in Virginia Beach." And my cousin Steven was like, "Wow, I just happen to have a first cousin in Virginia Beach."
That's amazing.
So it's actually kind of cool that, at least there's a little confirmation that, oh my God, what are you looking at?
No prison could hold Houndini. Look at this beagle.
Beagles are escape artists, dude.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the Take Offense page. That is amazing. That's like the frickin' Steve McQueen of frickin' Beagles.
Steve McQueen, The Great Escape. If you haven't
Holy
seen that
crap.
movie, let's watch that movie.
Great movie.
Yeah. The really sad part is all of the... Oh! He fell really far. Hopefully he's okay. He climbed up this fence and then jumped about 10 feet to the ground.
Nah, I was closer to 7.
Yeah.
Most doors like that are 6, 8.
Huh? He's not a very big beagle. He was a little bitty beagle. But that was crazy.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah, but the whole part about The Great Escape is, Steve McQueen jumps on a motorcycle and runs and gets away. And everybody else gets shot. Whoops.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, no, we had a pretty good Thanksgiving. Amanda hooked it up. She had turkey and ham and mac and cheese and green beans and the whole 9. It was banging.
Nice. Yep. We did our typical 2 Thanksgivings. We did our first Thanksgiving with my mom on Thursday and then went to Uncle Bert's and Aunt Sharon's and did next day Thanksgiving with them. That was fun. That was just a simple get together. That was we call it Pizza Thanksgiving.
I finally got to meet Scott's mom. He brought her for Thanksgiving. That was pretty cool.
Well, that's fun.
See where you get his sweetness, or he gets his sweetness. Scott's a sweet
Is she
guy.
tall?
She is.
Yeah.
For a woman.
Yeah, for a woman she is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Scott's 6'6", 6'5", 6'6". He's big dude.
7'2".
I look up at the dude like, oh my God, that's a big dude.
No, it was funny because I had a couple friends from Eddie and his girl over, and we're all sitting down talking and everything like that, and then finally Scott stands up and Eddie stands up and he goes, "Whoa."
You have giant friends.
It's like, yeah, don't fuck with me at work, buddy. Just call this dude.
Big people show up. Well, see, that's the funny part is, in the SCA, all of my friends were Scott's size. And in the MMA gym, there's a lot of little dudes. Because you can have little guys who are just fine at MMA. Because there's weight classes. In the SCA, there's no weight classes. So my friends would show up at Hybrid, and JJ was like, That dude fills up the whole door. It's like, yeah, you should have him swing a stick at you. It's kind of terrifying, actually. Thinking about it now, I'm like, I was an idiot. I let that dude hit me in the head with a stick? Oh my god. That's a terrible idea. Ugh. Yes. Bang, 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 bang. The upstairs neighbors appear to still be here.
Yeah, they're still here.
Interesting.
I think the cops are coming for him. I hear them right now.
Well, hopefully they're not trying to tow my car.
Cops aren't going to tow your car.
Well, that's good. I did watch the first episode of the Punisher series, and I will give that a thumbs up. That was very good.
Oh, you watched what?
The first episode.
Just the first episode?
Just the first episode. That's all I got time for. I don't have time for all this binge watching crap. Come on, get out of town. It's not. Stop it. It's not how we do things.
So did you like that first shot he took?
That's why I commented what I
Yes.
did on that thing.
There was a text, but okay.
A text, whatever. Should I trust the government? No. Still no. But now the chart looks like Pac-Man. Did you see that one?
Yes.
That's awesome.
All right. So, yeah, we had Thanksgiving this week. That was fun. What else happened in the world?
Charles Manson died.
Who? Oh yeah, Charles Manson died.
Oh yeah, that happened right after we talked about it. Because when we talked about it, it was a...
He was sick.
He was sick.
And people were lying that he was dead.
And then he died.
Yeah.
I think the government just went, you know what? Enough money. Okay, you're dead.
But we lost a couple others as well this week.
Yeah. I don't remember. It was all right on Monday. Monday was just madness. Madness. Takes its toll. Ah.
I forgot to keep control. Let's go on to the authority on everything, Us Weekly.
Us Weekly? Nice.
Is this in order, or reverse order, or...
I know one of them was the grandfather from The Cosby Show.
Really?
Della Reese passed away.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Della Reese passed away. Yeah, Earl Hyman from The Cosby Show. Malcolm Young. Yes, Malcolm Young from AC/DC.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He'd been dealing with dementia for like 3 years.
Dude, he was dealing with something for way longer than that. Actually, I think we talked about him last time. I think he was dead last.
Who the hell is Lil Peep? He's a rapper who died at age 21.
Oh yeah.
They're saying he OD'd on Xanax, which is not possible.
No idea who that is.
Me neither.
Don't care. Not that I don't care that he's dead. I just don't.
Yeah, I heard one of my kids said Lil Peep, and I was wondering what they were talking about. At first, I thought they said Lil Pete from Ridiculous Six. You know, Taylor Lautner, Ridiculous. I'm Lil Pete. Roy Halladay, that was the one that got me, man. Pitcher from the Phillies for a long time.
Oh.
Died in a plane crash he was piloting. He was a very accomplished pilot, actually, and he was only 40 years old. So, pitched for the Phillies and the Blue Jays. Retired in 2013. This is back October, actually, and we didn't really talk about it. Robert Guillaume.
Who's he?
Benson.
Oh no. Yeah, we talked about.
Did
that.
we? That's right. We did talk about that.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, I think we did. You're right. But yeah, he was also Rafiki.
Yes.
Something's on a squash banana. Who's the monkey? He's going to find his uncle. Monkey's his uncle?
His monkey's uncle.
Which only old people understand that reference because there's a movie called The Monkey's Uncle. And it was a Disney movie, live action Disney movie.
Yeah, and it's a weird expression.
Mhm.
A monkey's uncle. I don't get that. Don't worry about it. Butter. Butter's good.
So,
I hear you, man. It's
Yeah.
a rough one.
it is.
But, you know, hopefully you're tired because you're doing something you love and not because you're doing something you hate. That's no fun.
No. Let's see what God has to say.
Yeah, it's been rough, dude. I took a weekend off. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not used to all these days off. This is the first weekend I've had off since September sometime. Madness. I don't get that. But, oh Lord, let's add a little sugar. Let's see what sugar does to the equation.
Yeah, sure.
What would you like?
Old fashioned. Yay. Oh, there's a notification from ESPN telling me the Rams won already.
Wouldn't that be cool? Yes, I will bet on the Rams. This is my spread. Apparently, there's a game in college football between the Ohio State and Michigan State that's a big deal. And that happened yesterday. And it is such a big deal that the little Michigan quarterback, bless his little heart, was all weepy when he lost. And I guess if you're from Michigan, this is a big deal because everybody loses their minds. I don't know. My wife thought it was a big deal. She's from Michigan.
Michigan versus Ohio State's the big deal. I don't know about Michigan State.
No, it was Michigan versus Ohio State. Michigan
State.
University of Michigan. U of M. No. Michigan State also played.
Oh yeah, but
weird. But
Michigan and Ohio State is the rivalry
why?
because it has been forever.
Doesn't Ohio usually beat them? Isn't Ohio really good right now?
They're okay.
They're okay. He did that.
No. They're okay.
Okay. Well, who's the really good one? Alabama?
Yeah.
It was really bad. A lot of my family went to LSU, so when Alabama played LSU, they pulled up the game, and I left, and I watched the little ticker at the bottom. It did not go well.
Oh no! What's funny is this: Josh and I went to lunch last week after going to being at Fairy Plantation. He came down and see me at the house.
Okay.
So after I'm done with tours, he's like, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" I was like, "All right, where do you want to go?" And he goes, "Oh, one of two places. We can go to Keegan's and watch the Alabama Mercer game because he went to Mercer, or we can go to Village Inn." And I was like, "Okay." So I pull up the Alabama Mercer game because it was already in progress. I'm like, "Yeah, let's go to Village Inn." He's like, "Is it that bad?" I'm like, "It's like 41-0 right now."
Yeah. You're just gonna start doing shots if we go to Keegan's.
And I'm not driving you home to Newport News. It's not happening.
That's funny. Yeah, it's people get weird about sports.
No, we don't.
You don't? No. Yeah, we don't. Dude, I watched them retire Yuri Letner's number the other night. I was all misty-eyed. Exactly, he's not a hockey fan. One of the greatest defensive, offensive men ever. Because in hockey, you got to do both at the same time. Little Bonnie Foo Foo hop through. You don't know what Little Bunny Foo Foo is?
I know what Little Bunny Foo Foo is.
We were really punch drunk in the car one night, and we were doing Little Bunny Foo Foo because I had no idea what the hell it was, and my wife was explaining what Little Bunny Foo Foo was. And so I went to. We didn't do it as a kid. I'm from New Orleans. We don't. There is no little bunny foo-foo in New Orleans.
Because little Gator Charlie, hop.
Little bunny go. So she's explaining this, and it gradually progressed into little bunny foo-foo hopping through the jungle. Bang! Charlie shoots him from a tree.
Okay. There's shoot. I totally forgot what I was going to talk about.
What's that?
Damn it.
What'd you forget?
I don't know.
Yeah, you'll remember. You always
Fuck.
do.
Or something that was really cool. I'm sure. What was it? Damn it.
You just disapprove.
Oh. So I'm talking with a friend of mine who's also a paranormal investigator last night.
Sure. Like you do.
And he got a call from somebody. Now, okay, this is a word of warning to people. Because you can buy almost anything on eBay. So, this woman calls him and says, I bought one of those, just out of curiosity, I bought one of those haunted pieces of jewelry off of eBay. Now there's stuff going on in my house and I don't know why. What should I do? Fucking get rid of the jewelry.
Why would you buy haunted jewelry?
Because people are fucking stupid.
That's insane.
Jonathan Davis has John Wayne Gacy's car. Okay? Jonathan Davis, the singer from Korn.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a serial killer museum in his house.
Yeah, him, Marilyn Manson, and Zach Baggins take turns buying like the creepiest shit ever.
Yeah.
Didn't who was the God damn it. Rebel Without a Cause.
Dean Martin.
James
Dean.
James Dean. Didn't a bunch of people try to like buy his car and die horribly every time they bought his car?
Yes. They actually did an episode of Supernatural about it.
Yeah, it was like he had a Porsche and he died in it.
Yeah.
And then somebody else bought it, redid it, and then they died horribly.
Mm-hmm.
And then this car, and it wasn't exactly like they always died in the car, but everybody who bought this goddamn car died horribly.
Yep.
Don't buy a ton of shit. Leave it alone. Okay, so there's a show called Castle. And
It stars
Nathan Fillion.
Captain Malcolm Reynolds.
Yeah. So my favorite scene from the whole show, all the episodes, all the seasons, is the captain talking to two of the detectives. And one of the detectives says to the captain, "You don't believe in this curse stuff." And the captain says, "You know what? I'll tell you what I do believe. I believe there is no upside to messing with stuff you do not understand." And then he proceeds to tell him a story. When I was a new guy, I was chasing a perp with my partner. We dove through a picture window down in the garment district and tackled him and arrested him. And this woman comes out and starts yelling at us, saying, "We need to fix her window." And she says, "We need to fix her window." And we're like, "Hey, take it up with the city." And she's like, "I will curse you if you don't fix this window." And we were like, "Yeah, whatever." And so she was a gypsy and she put a curse on us. Next day, my partner died. And one of the detectives goes, "Was it the curse?" And he goes, "Hell no. Man ate bacon with every meal." But you know what I did? Next morning, I got up, I went down there, and I personally fixed that window. You know why? And the two detectives go, "Because there's no upside to messing with stuff that you don't understand." And the captain goes, "And don't you forget it. There is no upside to messing with stuff you don't understand." That needs to be on walls and billboards everywhere.
Okay. Now we all that is awesome though. That's true. Now we all like screwing with our kids, and
That's damn.
and kids love it when you give them money and have them run into the store to get something.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely love it. So there's a prank that's going on right now that parents are doing, and it's awesome. And that's when you take your son And it's usually his son. Sons work the best on this one. And you send them into AutoZone to buy blinker fluid. And this is a video of it right here. And this kid is like embarrassed as fuck that his mom said it. Yeah.
Go buy blinker fluid.
Go buy blinker fluid.
Outstanding. That was not disapproval. That was just awesome. But,
Whoa. Okay, I gotta read this one here. Because this one's all for Doc right here. One morning I came down the stairs seeing the exact scene. My 17-year-old daughter with a young man asleep after he must have been a night of hard labor. I very quietly made breakfast. Went back upstairs and told my wife, son, and other youngest daughter to be very quiet because people were still asleep. Our dinner table's on the other side of the room, about 20 feet from the couch, but right in front of it. We all sat and I yelled, young man! Never ever have I seen someone wake up and move from horizontal to vertical that fast. Breakfast is ready, I said with a tone as if I gladly would suck his soul out of his body. I pulled out the chair beside me. Sit. My family was silent, staring at their plates, not even twitching. Must have been the hardest 20 feet for a butt-naked youngster to cross after he put on his clothes, which lay beside the dinner table. He sat down. My son, 6'4", oh, damn it. My son, 6'4", patted him on the shoulder, looked him in the eyes, sighed, and shook his head. By now, he was really, really nervous. You could almost smell it. In my best Russian accent, my friend, I'm going to ask you a question. The answer you give is very important for you. At this point, he was sweating. He was very likable and a very friendly guy. Clearly uneducated, but not dumb. There was something odd about him. My daughter assured me he was a very nice and attentive guy. She knew him for about a month by then. He came by every day since that morning. Never stayed overnight, though. Every morning he came to pick her up from school on his bicycle. Brought her home after and made sure she did her homework. He looked after her when she was sick and we were at work. He invested time and effort. He had the patience of an angel, and he had one of the terrible moods. Said he had no family, no education, no steady job. She adores him. He adores her. Who might have prevented her from learning from her own mistakes? After this had been going on for about 8 months, my son came to me. He had been asking around about him. Turns out the guy was homeless. His abusive father killed himself. His mother was a crackhead. Took off 3 weeks after that. He lived in a rented trailer. He was 15 then and survived for 3 years on the streets, sleeping in parks, at Salvation Army, with friends, cheap hotels. He worked construction jobs. This is a kid who never had a chance to be a kid. Sometimes when he does not come over because he has a job, we miss him. They are not buddies, but my son gets along with him very well. My youngest daughter trusts him unconditionally. My wife's mother instinct seems to have expanded. And me, I sometimes worry for him. I want him to be happy and told my wife and youngest daughter what I learned about him. They cried. I had a hard time telling them I was disappointed in my oldest daughter. She knew. She should have told us she loves him and lets him leave every night to go where. Next day I gave him a key to our house. I told him I expected him home every night. Home. In the next few weeks, we fixed our spare room and took him shopping for furniture. He was quite good at making things. He wanted to be his own boss. He liked building things. We saw to it that he got an education which enabled him to do just that. That was in 2000. Now, 17 years later, my found son and daughter have a thriving business. They gave us 3 beautiful grandchildren. Last year, twins, 1 girl, 1 boy. If you're wondering why I'm telling you all this, the lesson is simple. Don't let the first impression ruin someone for a lifetime. Don't forget, oh yeah.
That was beautiful.
Now see, that went in a completely different direction than I was expecting. Because it's captioned, father found his daughter sleeping with a guy. What he did next was amazing.
So you can almost see the wheels in Doc's brain going,
No.
No, he's no.
So the guy was found with the daughter and he's still alive. He's still trying to compute that part. So I don't care what you say. If that had been his daughter, that dude would be dead. I don't care if he lived in a truck or in a house.
All I know is that stupid dog of his would be eating well for a while.
The dog would have eaten the dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, see, that's I don't have to worry about people like waking up at my house because the dog would wake me up as soon as dude walked in the house. The dog's freaking out. So, well, I'm 17. No, that's only in a couple of years. I guess the dude can outrun shotgun pellets. It's a good thing he's good at. It's good he's good at fixing stuff because he's got to fix all the drywall from where the shotgun pellets hit it. Well, I would like to think I was gracious enough to not immediately kill him. We'll see.
That story was probably fake anyway.
Oh, sure it was.
Okay. I just threw everything off.
Yeah, because I have. Honestly, he finds him the day after. Come here, boy.
So we started watching Forged in Fire.
Fantastic show.
Yes, it is.
Love that show.
They had a marathon on Thanksgiving, so I recorded it.
I actually have I have friends who, they not just do blade work, but everybody has regrets in their life. And the one regret that I have in my life that deals with that sort of thing is my friend Jeremy is a blacksmith, and he learned from a guy named the Magic Badger. That's his. Everybody calls him Badger because it's the Magic Badger blacksmith shop. And so Badger that is a perfect personality for this dude. He does not like people. He hates people. He doesn't want to deal with people. He sleeps in it. He used to sleep in his blacksmith shop just to stay away from people. And I walked into the shop once with Jeremy, and we were hanging out, and they showed me some basic stuff. And rule number 1: if something falls on the ground, don't pick it up, because you don't know how hot it is. Rule number 2, and I violated this: don't wear anything made of polyester, because if something hot hits it, it's turning into molten plastic.
Yep.
So I had sweatpants on, and they were like, not a good idea, because there's still rayon in the sweatpants. So you want to wear blue jeans and cotton shirts, and wear a cotton shirt that you don't mind getting little holes in, because sparks cause little holes in shirts. So we're having this conversation, and I'm just listening to Badger, because I have nothing. Honestly, I have nothing to contribute to this conversation. Here are two guys who have been doing this stuff for years. Just, he's showing stuff, and I'm like, well, it's pretty. I have no idea what went into it, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And so he goes, well, let's get you to make something. So he showed me how to hit the anvil. Just, you have to hit things at an angle and do just the right stuff. And so I made what's called a double end hook. So you can hook one side on a branch, and then you've got another hook, and you can hang stuff. It's like the first thing anybody learns is a double end hook. And so I learned how to make a hook, and it was cool. So one day so at some point in time they're off to the side, and something falls off an anvil, and I turn and I look at it, and I walk over to it, and out of the corner of my eye, I see the two of them go like this. They just cross their arms and look at me. They weren't going to say a word, and I looked down at the thing on the ground, and I reached over and I picked up a pair of tongs. I picked it up. I set it back on the anvil. I put the tongs back in the thing. I turn and look at them, and Badger looks at me and goes, "Yeah, okay, you can come back anytime you want." And Jeremy looks at him like, "What?" Because apparently it took a lot longer for him to get invited back.
You know why?
Because I listened.
Jeremy is a dumbass.
Jeremy grabbed something.
Fuck Jeremy.
Jeremy's awesome. Jeremy's a great guy.
He's a great dumbass.
But
That's why he wasn't allowed back.
But that's my regret is I never went back. So here's a master blacksmith, amazing dude, makes all kinds of awesome stuff, and it was at the time when I was trying to get my practice going, and it would have been a perfect opportunity to go in there, turn my head off, learn something, and just not have to deal with bullshit, but I didn't do it. And so now I don't know how to blacksmith, and that dude moved down to like Florida or something. Great guy. Not a personable guy. Don't expect deep conversations about his feelings.
Well, I've noticed that on Forged on Fire, you usually have a guy who's like first or one of the episodes we watched, the guy's like, yeah, I moved to Alaska because I don't like people.
Yeah.
And another guy's like, yeah, I became a blacksmith because I don't like people. I just shut myself in my shop all day. And
people don't like going to blacksmith shops.
What I loved was
sweaty and nasty. And by the way, it smells like pee. You know why? Because you know how they have a tank of oil and a tank of water? There's also a tank of pee. Because pee has different properties and it has stuff in it. So they like collect pee and keep it and dunk things in it to cool them off. There's a quench that deals with pee, and I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But it will chase you out of the forge, apparently, because imagine boiling pee.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
So.
Yeah. So what I loved is one of the episodes, the guy's like all his shop, his forge at home is like all about technology. You know, using all the technological blacksmith advancements or whatever. So their blade challenge, they were outside with an old hand crank coal forge.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, and I told Amanda, I'm like, they brought that guy in for this one just to show.
You think they set him up?
Oh God, yeah. Oh, because they were making comments about it. They're like, yeah, see, the technology's not that hot, is it? Not when you got to do stuff for real, huh?
Yeah. Coal forges are hard.
He had no shot. None.
My buddy Jeremy had a coal forge, and it was just, apparently it's brutal.
What was funny is one of the dudes, because they were making, shit, I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. I think it was a sax.
Was this the one where they were outside and they had to go to the
graveyard?
The graveyard,
yes.
And they had to pull a piece of metal out.
Yes.
And the one guy had a ball, and
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Trying to straighten, and he was finally like, "Screw this, it's too hard."
And then when he finally got another piece, he like was like that had it done.
And it was like one of the best saxes, in half the time.
Yeah, well, and it was actually looked like a sax. It didn't look like because some of them are. One of the guys was like, I don't even know what a sax is.
Most knives, they sit like this, and
curve
they have
into
they curve up into the point. A sax curves down into a point,
and it's more of a. It's not even a curve really. It's more of a just.
So think about a razor knife.
Yeah.
A razor knife is your basic sax. Mm-hmm. Lots of cutting power right across the whole blade, because the ones that curve up to the point, all the cutting power is at the tip. Mm-hmm. It's very short cutting power, or a very, very short profile. And the only reason I know that is Kali. One of the... do I even have a knife? Of course I have a knife. That is not a sax, because that goes up to the tip. Well, all your cutting power is here. This is the belly. And as you come across the belly, you start losing cutting power. It slips away. Mm-hmm. The sax is straight, and then it comes.
See, it's like with all these competition reality shows like this, where you actually have to make something or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Because you got this guy's like, they just told me I had 3 hours, and it usually takes me 3 days.
Yeah, it takes a long time, dude.
And it's like Face Off, you guys have 3 days, but 4 hours each day to get it done. What?
Yeah, don't we normally, do this for like a week?
Yeah. You learn. And the reason I know they do that on Face Off is because when you're on set, sometimes you need to make something fucking now.
Okay. I'll trust you.
No, I mean, maybe something goes, or the director decides that he didn't like that mask, or didn't like that prosthetic, or they realized that the prosthetic wasn't working with realized the prosthetic wasn't working with what they wanted to do, or you know, something like that, or they changed their mind on things they want to do. Directors do that kind of shit.
Fucking directors.
They want it now.
Fucking directors. Fuck Will. We still have to make that T-shirt. When we were listening to the thing, you know, it was fuck Will, fuck the vampires, fuck the hunter, fuck the humans. No, it was fuck the humans, and then fuck the hunter. So we still have to get that knocked out. I don't remember why I picked up my phone.
Fucking tasty videos, man.
Oh,
They just took meatloaf, put a ball of mozzarella in the middle of it, and rolled it up.
with onion.
Now they're taking onion, and they're peeling it layer by layer, just like an ogre.
Layers, like parfait.
So they wrapped the layers and in onion, and now they're wrapping the onion with bacon and putting kebab sticks in them, and they're making bacon wrapped meatloaf lollipops.
Have you ever seen Epic Mealtime?
No. I've seen like the Death Metal Chef.
Oh no, we're gonna have to watch Epic Mealtime at one point. Queue up, go to YouTube and queue up Epic Mealtime.
Okay. You've never seen Death Metal Chef?
I don't care.
It's fucking great. Chef.
No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
Death Metal Chef, whatever, dude.
Death Metal Chef.
So Epic Mealtime are a bunch of Canadians who cook everything with bacon, Jack Daniels, and smoke a lot of weed.
Oh no, it's vegan black metal chef.
Vegan black metal chef.
Yeah, vegan black metal
That was
chef.
black metal.
Black metal's like Satan metal.
Oh. So I guess he's trying to feed bacon to all.
Quite that.
Sorry, don't need that ad playing.
Yeah, no ads. But yeah, no, Epic Mealtime is awesome.
Vegan black metal chef, ultimate nachos and tacos.
Okay, fine. I will pull up
Yeah, you do that.
Epic Mealtime. Mary,
Hi.
Good morning.
hello.
Good morning, cousin. Good morning.
Welcome to Take Offense.
Welcome to Take Offense.
Yes. You're charged with inflicting ecstasy. Let's examine this case more clearly. Now he's singing black metal during this whole time. Heat some olive oil and add the refried beans. This is so fucking easy. And sriracha and stir thoroughly.
Okay, so fast food lasagna.
What?
Hold on.
That's an oxymoron.
No, it's
No, not if you go to Fazoli's.
Come on. Yeah.
What the fuck you doing?
Trying not to play a Strongbow commercial.
There's coffee.
Oh, well, you just freaking ruined that because you just
And I think
gave them
I've got
play.
nuts.
God damn it.
I like Strongbow.
Fuck them.
So here's the
They
deal.
treat Patrick Stewart like shit.
15 Big Macs, please.
15 big what?
15 Big Macs, please.
Well, okay. I said 15 what? He answered me. 15. The girl behind the girl at the drive-thru was like, fuck, what? He said 15 Big Macs. So they made him go in? And an apple pie.
I'll take 4 apple pies. Big Mac sauce.
In a cup? Big Mac sauce is awesome.
EpicMealtime.com. He just gave away the pies.
15 Baconators. 15 Baconators. Yeah. Okay. Just sandwiches.
This guy's got to have a sponsor because you're not spending that much money. He found an A&W?
He's in Canada.
Oh.
2 cheeseburgers, but no lettuce, tomato, and onion, and pickle.
All the vegetables. None of them.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, with all no lettuce, tomato, pickles,
No
onion.
vegetables. Anything that can be considered a vegetable, I don't want it on the burger.
Okay, so 15 cheeseburgers,
No vegetables. Can I get 7 onion
So
rings?
he's gotten 15 Big Macs, 15 Baconators, 15 cheeseburgers.
Okay, that's why I'm like.
And he just asked for onion rings, like a bunch of onion rings too.
No, it's not. How long will it be?
I actually don't know. No one's ever made 15 burgers. Maybe like 10 minutes max, not even.
Alright, we're gonna go to Wendy's. We'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
She just looked at him and said, "Hey, you're the Epic Mealtime guy." And he goes, "Yeah, we're not going to talk about that."
3 more minutes. You want me to wait here? Come the second window if you like. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
What are you guys making?
What are you guys making? It's a secret. Fast food lasagna.
From now on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No nuggets, no onion rings, no nothing. A cheeseburger gets sold in the park. I want it. You got fat, or we starved on the streets. Ripping off strips of that bacon in.
Bacon and sauce.
Tray by the tray all day. Onions.
See, you've already lost me.
Sour.
As soon as you told me he was Canadian,
Tasty weak poop.
ruined everything.
Sausage poop.
Ground beef penetration.
Canadians are awesome.
Tomato salad.
They play hockey.
National salads.
That right there is like
Pretty
3
awesome.
million points in the negative.
Whatever, you like hockey.
Roll.
Oh!
Roll. When have you ever seen me watch hockey? In the 15 years.
Here you go. Look,
You watched it maybe twice?
No.
this is the lasagna. They're piling everything on top of it. And cheese.
They're mighty close this morning.
There's layers and layers.
If the dude wasn't so stoned, it might be believable.
And they're drunk too. They're drunk and stoned. They drink a lot of Jack Daniels too.
You-
He just made a noise.
No, I was gonna say they didn't even put it on plates, but I realized that was a butcher block plate.
That guy actually turned into a... Oh, look how stoned that dude is.
Yeah.
That dude is... Oh, and he's taking shots.
Here, I want to go up the cheese ring and then you're gonna bite it. You ready?
What do you want me to
When I say bite, you bite, okay?
Like I said, go.
Bite.
My brain is
You idiot.
and the
You're a fucking idiot. They are too hammered to... Oh, that was rough. Rah. That is Epic Mealtime. They do that sort of stuff all the time. They make this giant food out of bacon and bourbon and...
a rusty hook.
Yeah, next time they eat a rusty hook.
Things people find entertaining nowadays.
Epic Mealtime is a classic.
Being
They
a
are.
black metal chef.
Awesome. Yeah, whatever, dude. He's vegan and he's a black metal chef.
Mix your sauce in a human skull. Yeah, it's stuff like that. It's freaking great. He's actually mixing it in a human skull. Pretty awesome.
Fair enough.
Actual human skull, probably of a Canadian. Which means it's massive, but there was nothing in it, so it's nice and
Dude, if it was a
smooth and hollow.
Canadian, the Canadian volunteered to give his skull up because they're so polite.
Yes.
Did you see the Canadian road rage?
No, but
It's
I'm
a-
sure it was a lot of sorry.
It's a dude.
You son of a bitch! Why you fuck are you using your blinker? Sorry.
No, it was two guys clip each other, and the guy comes around and he goes, oh my god, are you all right? I'm so sorry." He goes, "Oh, it's okay, I'll be fine. I don't think there's a lot of death. It's okay. Oh, you sure you're?" It was awesome. Look up Canadian road rage. Perfect. God damn it. So I'm gonna just go to the middle. All right, that's the right hand.
That's what I always do. Just go to the middle.
Just go to the middle. All right, we're gonna take a break.
Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
It's almost time.
It's almost.
Oh, I lost your sign.
Oh
Work,
shit!
work.
It's in my room.
Go quick. Good. Yeah, that's like that's good. Yelling "Go quick" at Cody's like the sloth drawing the tandem bicycle. It's just like his apartment's like 10 feet wide. I could have reached across the room and grabbed the sign by now, and it's just one of his things. But screw it. He's a good kid. What do we got? Oh, my PC suffers from clutter and slowdown. That's kind of hard to believe because I don't do a whole hell of a lot on this thing. Aha! Thank you. All right. We use the coffee. We bring it down. All right. We'll be back shortly, folks. Have a wonderful time.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Public service announcement.
Don't be a dick.
All right. So we're gonna do our top 5, which is our new thing that we've been doing forever since last week. This week's top 5 is your favorite Thanksgiving dishes.
Yum.
Top 5 Thanksgiving dishes. So, my number 5 is one that I kind of brought to Amanda's family. I wouldn't really call it a dish, but it accents everything.
It's a staple.
It is a staple, and
Yeah.
it's something that they didn't have my first Thanksgiving with the family, and I looked at them and said, "What do you mean you don't have cranberry sauce?" Yeah. So then the next year,
What's happened, cranberry sauce?
she's like, "What kind of cranberry sauce do you want?" And I was like, "The kind that's shaped like a can." Duh.
Yeah.
Because then you slice it and you put it on your roll with turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and eat it like that. That's the way it's supposed to be, and the cranberry sauce just accents it perfectly. Cranberry sauce is my number 5.
Well, I will
And we want to hear your number 5, so comment on the video.
definitely.
Your top 5s.
Scott
My
said
number
stuffing.
5.
Scott said stuffing.
Well, my number 5 is something that my mother makes, and it is called carrot souffle, and it is a sweet carrot dish. It's kind of like people use yams and make sweet potato souffle or sweet potato stuff with the marshmallows on top. But this doesn't have marshmallows on top. It's just called carrot souffle. It's a sweet carrot dish, and it's yummy. One of the reasons it's my top 5 is it's yummy, and it also is responsible for the dog almost dying, because last year my daughter got some to bring home, and the dog jumped up, grabbed her bowl, pulled it down, and ran away. And it was the first time I ever watched my youngest turn red and almost murder the dog. Because she loves it almost as much as I do, or possibly more. But it was, the dog stole her carrot souffle, and shit was on. It was gonna be lethal. She was so mad. This year she got it, and when she said, "Okay, I'm gonna get some carrot souffle," chained the dog to the coffee table. Said, "Screw you, hippie. You're not getting my carrot souffle this year." And put the dog, grabbed a leash, chained the dog to the table, and sat there just out of reach and went, "Ah." Done. So, because it's awesome and a family favorite, carrot souffle is number 5.
Okay.
All right, Scott said his number 4 is baked turkey.
Baked turkey. Okay.
Baked turkey.
Yes, baked turkey.
Isn't that how you bake it? Isn't that how you make lots of turkey?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your 4?
Oh well, there is a difference between baked and fried though. Deep fried turkey.
There is deep fried turkey.
See you later. Have a safe trip.
I will. Have fun, internet friends.
Number 4
So glad you came.
is probably actually gonna be stuffing. I love stuffing. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, stuffing's good.
Fluffy stuffing.
Is that your number 4?
Number 4.
That was my number 4.
Number 4, pecan pie.
What?
Well done, pecan pie.
See that? You see that? You hear that, right?
Pecan.
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 Okay, Yankee, listen. It's pecan. He's from the South too. It's pecan.
Number 3.
Well done, pecan pie.
We have been having this argument for 15 years. Because she goes, it's not
Scott
a
said
con.
pecan.
It's not a con. It's a can. No, it's pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
Do you say pralines and pecans? No, you say pralines
Praline.
and pecan.
pralines?
Pralines.
Pralines and pecans.
See?
Scott agrees with me. He said
Pecan.
pecan.
Well, if that's the case, then Alabama from now on is considered the North.
You got to remember, and this is why my dad used to say that anything north of Baton Rouge is collaborator.
Number 3, Scott says deep fried turkey.
There you go. That's good.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with my wife's dish, which is her sweet potato casserole.
Oh, there we go. And sweet potatoes are awesome.
Sweet
You know,
potato
North
casserole.
people from like real Yankees don't do sweet potatoes. It's weird.
I know.
It's just weird. So my number 3 would be we've been doing this since we were married. Rotisserie turkey. We've got one of the rotisserizers, the set it and forget it's from back in the day, and you can't put you can only put a 12 or 13 pound turkey in it, but you rotisserize this thing for like 2 hours, and then put it on no heat rotation for like 15 minutes. And as it rests, all the juices go into all of it because it's rotisserizing. It's amazing.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, all but for a couple of years, the wife has rotisserized our turkeys, and those other couple of years we went to somebody else's house. It's incredibly good.
Yeah, so
It's
the
all-
sweet potato casserole I make has brown sugar, cinnamon,
Perfect.
raisins, pineapple, nuts, butter, marshmallows. It's a dessert within itself.
Oh yeah, it sounds amazing.
It is. It is really good. All right, so number 2, turkey. Don't care how it's made. I like it all. Turkey.
That's
Scott
awesome.
says his number 2 is crock-pot ham.
Crock-pot ham.
Crock-pot
Crock-
ham.
Scott's crock-pot ham is done the last 2 years. Last year he did it because he comes over with us. Last year he did it with root beer. This year he did it with Mountain Dew and pineapples.
It was good. I just crushed a whole big old chunk of it.
Wow, that's
Yes.
amazing. Wow, number
So
2.
you're number 2, yeah.
I'd have to say Aunt Sharon's ham, because my wife's Aunt Sharon does a ham, and I'll just say ham because I like the baked ham, the honey baked ham, where it's real crispy on the outside. The crock pot sounds amazing, but I might have to take the crock pot ham and put it in the oven for a couple minutes to crisp it up a bit, because I'm a huge fan of that. But I'm a big fan of ham.
And ham is actually my number 1.
Ham is your number 1.
Ham is my number 1. Actually, Friday I had to work. So I came home from work, and the wife and 2 of the kids and her cousin went to her parents' house to go visit them.
Sure.
So it was me and the youngest kid. So I said, hey, you want some ham? And he said, sure. So I took the ham that we had cooked and threw it in the pan and fried it up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe make an omelet.
It was
Put some
the
eggs on there.
Oh yeah, it was the brown sugar spiral cut ham too.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
so good, so good. Love that
I
stuff.
gotta say, number 1 is my wife's stuffing. She now we had an argument this year because I like a lot of sausage in my stuffing. I don't like just the bread stuffing. She puts sausage and onions and mushrooms in her stuffing.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and she had this little hunk of stuffing or of sausage, and she put it in a Ziploc bag and went to put it back in the fridge. And I went, "What are you doing? That can go in the stuffing." And she goes, "Nick, it's got 1.5 pounds of stuffing in it." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, why don't I just make you a big plate of sausage and call that stuffing?" And okay, so that sounds good. And it was really kind of funny. I love how you get a little closer and I get a little further back, and I'm right in front of the thing, and it looks like a split screen.
It does.
That's awesome.
What's
We're
Scott's-
actually together.
Scott's number 1 is pumpkin pie.
Ooh, pumpkin pie's good.
That's a good one.
Pumpkin pie's good.
Yeah, a couple honorable mentions would be, of course, mac and cheese.
We've got
Baked mac and
That's a
cheese.
good
Amanda
idea.
does really good baked mac and cheese. And the one that we didn't get this year, that we've normally gotten in the past, would be that we usually get at any potluck for the family, is Nina's beans.
What kind of beans?
Baked
It's
beans.
it's a
Oh,
fuck.
they're baked beans.
No, it's beyond baked beans. This is a meal in themselves. it's like everything. I mean, there's beef and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it is a freaking meal.
I think she put like beef, bacon, pulled pork.
Beef, bacon, and pulled pork.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think there's 5 meats total. I don't remember what they all are.
This is protein overload.
That sounds awesome.
And then
You
she
eat
does-
these and you're not tired. You're like, I'm going to go work out.
It's better with like generic beans
Yeah.
because she puts so much in it, and then she puts like molasses, brown sugar.
Oh wow. That's like my Uncle
Onions.
Bert. My Uncle Bert actually has a ceramic crock thing, and he fills it with the beans and the hunks of bacon and all that stuff. So very similar, but obviously he doesn't put enough meat in it. I'm gonna have to talk to him.
I literally think when she makes a small batch, it costs her probably between $20 and $30 because of the meats.
Good lord.
So good.
It's a meal in itself.
That's the creating growing up.
I do like one other thing. And
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
We call it cream spinach. It's spinach with cream cheese, and it's like baked in the oven, and
Sounds like a spinach dip.
very similar to spinach dip, but it's hot, and you put breadcrumbs on the top, so it toasts. It's really
Yeah, that's
good.
what Amanda did. She did breadcrumbs in the mac and cheese.
Oh well, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like growing up, when you grow up with not a whole lot, you kind of learn how to make things and put them together, and kind of create a meal out of what you have. So I think that's kind of helped, now that I'm older, and I mean, we're not at that point, we're good where we're at. I'm not going to say we're like,
We're not well off, but
we're not well off, but yeah, we're good
Our
enough.
bills are paid.
Yep, everybody's fed. We got a house. We got a roof over our head, and it's all good. So,
There you go.
but like the other night, I went to. I had already gone to BJ's for like the big shopping for the next few weeks. So I had to go back and get a couple other things because they were on sale, and they're awesomely on sale. Dude, 32 pack of King Hawaiian rolls, $5.50. A 12 pack in Food Line is $4. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm going back for more. But I went, and the day before, I had gone the day before, and they didn't have like any of the steak I usually get. So I was like, damn it. So I went back the next day, and they had it. And I was like, oh, sweet, they got steak. What am I going to make for dinner tonight? And I found these Miami onion bread rolls. And I'm like, I'm going to make steak sandwiches with this.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So good.
Yeah.
So, and I sauteed up some mushrooms and shit. And well, the way I made mine, and my mayonnaise as well, actually, just put a little bit of mayonnaise and put the steak on there. Because I
Yeah.
sliced up the steak really thin.
Yeah.
Almost like fajita strips. So I put the steak on there and the mushrooms and threw some shredded cheese on top of it and some French fried onions.
There you go.
That shit was banging.
Steak sandwiches, man. We used to have that all the time. My grandfather was a hemophiliac, so my grandmother would feed him steak as much as she could because it would help his blood. And considering when he passed back in the day, at the time he passed, he was the oldest living hemophiliac in the history of hemophilia. This is before they had hemophilia drugs, where they used artificial platelets. He lived into his 50s, and he was the oldest living hemophiliac ever. Most hemophiliacs didn't have kids. He had 2. Yeah, my dad was used to steaks, so he used to make steaks all the time. And that's exactly what we'd do, is we'd save the steaks, and next day we'd slice them up, and it was steak sandwich time. Good stuff.
See, your dad's Gibbs, basically.
My dad,
Gibbs.
my dad was way more like Gibbs than people would imagine.
I mean, because Gibbs, all he ever has in the freezer is steaks. He tells people that there's steaks in the freezer.
If
If
it was
they're staying at his house,
if it was my dad, it would be steaks and chicken. Steak and chicken.
and he makes it on in his fireplace.
Ha!
You'll see it in an episode, like you'll see Gibbs' house, you'll see just a fork go into the steak that's in the fireplace, and throw it on a plate. And he's just sitting there eating a steak with his fucking cup of coffee. Because that's fucking Gibbs. That's what he does.
Oh, it was hilarious. We were at a steak place, and I'm trying to eat my steak, and they gave me this shitty steak knife. It was dull. We're at Outback, for God's sakes, and it's just this crappy steak knife. And I throw it down, and I pull out my knife, and I start eating my steak.
Very Gibbs.
Yeah.
Because that's what Gibbs uses is his knife. He holds his knife out and
Yeah.
starts cutting a steak
Well,
and
my
stabs
knife-
it and eats it.
My knife is way sharper than those Outback steak knives. And so the lady walks past, and I'm cutting up my steak, and she goes, I can bring you another steak knife. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. That,
I don't know if you know this. Do you watch NCIS? It's just kind of like off and on type of thing.
I have watched all of them up through the end where DiNozzo gets his daughter and leaves.
Okay.
That's when I stopped watching all the time.
In other words, like a week before the first episode of Bull.
I've never watched an episode of Bull.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
no, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's Abby's last season.
I heard.
Yeah.
We talked about that last
We did talk about
last
that a
week
while back, yeah.
because it's obviously affecting him greatly.
It
But
is.
yeah, no, it's
Because you're expecting it like every episode, and you're like, because this last one, something, and from what I understand,
did they kill her or did
no,
she just retired?
she leaves because something horrible happens, and she just can't handle it anymore. And this last episode, I'm sitting there,
Dude, Ducky got.
shot.
It wasn't Ducky. It was the assistant. His assistant got
Jimmy.
shot. Jimmy got shot. Ducky's been kidnapped. Frickin' what's her name took a bullet in the head. Kate took a bullet in the head, like the second season. How frickin' bad could it be?
Well, you got to think out. It's built up over 14 years. You know, Abby's a super positive person. She's like the most positive goth in the world.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu. It's good for you.
But no, in this last episode, there was like way room for tragedy that fucking happened.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, because spoilers. I don't care if you haven't seen. It's been 2 weeks because it didn't air this week. McGee and Delilah were having their twins,
Okay.
and Nick and the British dude, I can't remember his name, the MI5 guy.
Am I 5 or am I 6?
I think I don't remember. One of the two. Doesn't really matter. They were like involved in some serious shit. While they're at the hospital, Tim goes down to the emergency room to talk to this security guard who really helped him out. Cool guy. He was actually played by the guy who was the dad in The Lady in White. Remember that movie?
Mhm.
Yeah. And he goes down to talk to him and looks over and sees their suspect sitting in the emergency room. And the suspect pulls a fucking gun. So now he's standing in there with the suspect with a gun on him. He shoots the fucking security guard and shit's like fucking losing their minds. And I'm like, shit can go really wrong here. And then, dude, the security guard looks at the guy and says, just let him go. He's got twins being born. Oh, really? Now I have leverage. So I'm like, he's going to fucking shoot Delilah. That motherfucker's going to Delilah's already paralyzed, people. Come on. The fact that she's having twins is a miracle.
Bastards.
The fact that somebody had sex with McGee. No, I'm kidding.
Somebody had sex with McGee.
He probably looked at his stepdad and went, McGee needs a girlfriend. I haven't made out with anybody on the show yet. Gibbs has like got a rotating door of bitches. Usually redheads.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of the Gibbs
Mystery.
I lost his name. No, it's the guy who keeps marrying.
Fornell.
Fornell keeps
Well,
marrying.
they only married one.
Yeah, it's still. He goes. You're about to make the second biggest mistake of your life, and he's like, "What was the first biggest? Marrying my ex-wife." I didn't believe anybody could be that evil. I thought you were just trying to mess with us. You didn't
Fornell
believe
is
me.
great. I love the Fornell Gibbs episodes because they
Dude,
have
the
some
Fornell
great
Gibbs
banter.
episodes are my absolute favorites.
Really good banner between those two.
Is this good cop, bad cop? No, this is called we're just gonna beat your ass until you tell us what's going on.
And then when Fornell got shot and he was staying at Gibbs' house, which was like, what's all this stuff in my fridge? I went grocery shopping. All you had was steak. I wanted cereal.
That's awesome.
That's so good. And Gibbs never locks his front door.
Yeah. Come on in.
Do you just not lock your door? No. Yeah. Why? Yeah, come on in. Go ahead. Motherfucker was a Marine sniper. And then...
There's nothing in the house.
And
That's
then,
the other thing.
after his wife and kid were killed, went to Mexico and shot the motherfucker who ordered the hit. From about 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
From El Paso.
Yeah. No. Because I think 5,000 feet's a mile.
So,
You can't make a shot from 3 miles.
Punisher did. That was the greatest thing, though. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the first episode of Punisher,
Don't watch.
don't listen right now.
Don't listen. Help put your fingers in your ears and go la la.
I'm giving
la.
you 5, 4, 3, 2,
Punisher.
1. Yes. Motherfucker shows this cartel dude who got away, or who got out and went back home to Mexico.
He's in
Juarez.
Juarez. That's
which
it.
is the murder capital of the world. So he's in Juarez, Mexico, and you're seeing him in the crosshairs, and they show Punisher holding his rifle, and then you see the dude in the crosshairs, and he's all celebrating with his buddies. Yeah, I beat the Punisher. Da, da, da. And he goes upstairs, and then the crosshairs are in him in a window, and this chick is all on him, getting all up on him, and then she sinks down, and then you hear "Pa!"
He holds still for a second.
Yeah. Then you hear "Pa!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, that took an awful long time for that bullet to reach that dude's head. And then it pans back, and you see Punisher in El Paso. Yes. Well, 'cause it is right on the border. Juarez and El Paso are right on the border.
In the old days, people in El Paso used to go to Juarez all the time because it was a great place. You'd pop in there. You'd buy stuff. You'd go shopping.
It was right there.
So I had friends who were down there, and in the 7 years they were there, they said it got bad. This was a long time ago. This was, I want to say 10 years ago. They left. They left 10 years ago, and it was already horrible.
Yeah, El Juarez has been really, really bad.
But Juarez is, they literally have, they used to say don't be there after dark. Now it's just don't go to Juarez at all. At all.
It's like Cartel Central.
Yeah, they just, people, I think they said something, and I don't know the numbers right, but it's something like 100 people a day just get killed.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll look it up.
It's like, oh my God.
Here we go.
How many people a day get killed in Juarez?
Okay, that came up. Holiday killed in Juarez.
They kill holidays in Juarez. Oh my God.
How many people a day die in Juarez? How many people a day are killed in Juarez?
Did it get it right?
Oh, they're saying it's getting better.
Well, yeah, everybody's dead. There's like 8
Once
dudes.
the world's most dangerous city, Juarez returns to life.
There's like 8 dudes dead. I mean, 8 dudes alive. In
Amid
Juarez.
drug wars, Mexico began fixing the local justice system. Now crime is down and residents are losing their fear.
Don't buy it.
Oh my God.
The cartels used to pay the Mexican regular army to run shotgun on their drug shipments.
Just give me a freaking number, man.
They're not.
Oh, okay. That was in the early 2016. Now, in later 2016, Juarez murders on the rise.
Yeah. People getting shot. Not a good time. Oh, fun fact.
Fucking number here.
Mexico has the highest level of gun control in North America. Even more than Canada.
Hold up. This will show you, like, going back a little bit.
How about Juarez death statistics?
Here you go. In 2010,
Okay.
more people were killed in Juarez than in the entire country of Afghanistan. More people were killed in the city of Juarez
So, Juarez,
than in a country where we're having a war.
Afghanistan.
And there's a war going on in Afghanistan.
So does it say how many? Because you know, gun control is good. Bad guys takes the guns right out of the bad guy's hands.
You're right.
That's what gun control is good for. Because you know they got people to stop doing drugs by making them illegal. Yes, I'm a libertarian.
Okay, since 2008 until this was written in 2012, so this is kind of old. But 4 years. In those 4 years, because that's what this article is proclaiming, Juarez has reached its 10,000th homicide in 4 years.
Hold on. Let's do math. Not a big math guy, but
2,500 a year. So how many a day?
hold on.
Oh, here we go. We're
It says only 6.
6 a day.
This is only 6 or 7 a day.
But that's in one city.
Yeah, but that's I don't think that's right. I think they had a lot more than 6 or 7 a day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's ones they didn't know about.
Their height. They just like found bodies everywhere.
In March of 2017, Mexico had more than 2,000 homicide cases in a month for the first time since summer 2011.
So that's 10 a day.
Country also had more killings in the first quarter of 2017 than in the start of any year in the last 2 decades.
How you spell Juarez?
W.
Juarez.
W. Ah, 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 ah. That's crazy. No, they said 10 people a day. Okay.
Of the 970 homicides in the state from January to June, 365 took place in Ciudad Juarez.
Yeah, so it wasn't like 100. I thought it was...
Still. That's a lot. For one city.
Yeah.
A lot of people dead. Sorry, I just had a Club Dread line pop into my head. And how are we supposed to remain calm when someone is killing the dick off of everyone in the island?
Killing the... Yeah, I think they had times when they would spike up. And then, you know, your average...
fuck you do?
Everything's an average. It goes up and down.
The fuck you do, Juan?
Killing
Costa Rican prison. That is some major anal action. Okay. Juan Castillo had the sex with a goat. We were just a couple of crazy kids.
We were just...
I lived on a farm. I was lonely.
I used the condom.
I used a condom. Yeah. Kind of a sick fuck has sex with a goat. I used a condom.
I used a condom.
I thought you
Oh
said
my God.
condoms were against your religion.
Not with goats. Goats is just good sense. If you're gonna fuck a goat, come on. That's just smart. Because you know,
Right.
I can't remember. I'm pretty.
Next week, top 5 ways to have sex with a goat.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's gonorrhea lives in the intestines of llamas.
Okay.
So that's where it came from, dude. Do the math. Some Spaniard fucked a llama, and now all the rest of us have to have burning pee if we step out and don't use a rubber. Thank God I've never had gonorrhea. Never want to have gonorrhea. Never gonna happen.
All I'm saying is I didn't know it burned when you peed.
When you've gonorrhea, you've never. Yes, you do. You're a sailor.
No,
Liar.
never had
You've
gonorrhea.
had-
I've never had any STD.
You've had a ton of friends in the
Nope.
Navy.
Okay, I take it back. I've had 3 STDs.
Your kids.
Talon, Jacob, and daughter.
What the hell? Thing?
Because yeah, I said I've had 3 STDs. You saw her eyebrows kind of crinkle for a second.
What?
Yep.
Or otherwise known as
And
sex
those don't
trophies.
ever go away.
Kind of like herpes.
Not that I know that either.
That's one of my favorite Eddie Murphy routines. Herpes, you got that shit forever, like luggage.
See, I didn't know which one made you burn. Which one burned when you
Gonorrhea.
pee? Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah. In fact, there's.
I know one of them did. I just wasn't sure
In
because there's
fact-
so many nicknames for all of them too.
There's. It's called the clap.
That's called the clap.
The clap
Okay.
is gonorrhea. Yeah. My dad knew a guy who had had gonorrhea so many times. No, he did. He knew a guy. He had had gonorrhea so many times that at some point in time, they had to go in and clean out his pee-pee hole so that he could pee right because the scar tissue had started to clog it up. In the old days, the way they kept you from dying until your body killed off all the gonorrhea is they had a rod and they would slide it in your pee-pee and they would twist a little knob and little barbs would pop up on the knob and they would pull it out and it would lance all the pustules so that you could pee and not die. And then eventually your body would, kill it all off, maybe.
I think I'd rather die than to have something shoved in my penis.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. I don't.
I don't know. I just don't want to do that. So he's gonna take a shot of Kraken because the conversation just got real crazy. When in doubt, turn the throat. There we go.
You would be terrible at commercials.
I'm awful at commercials. Trying to figure
What was
out.
that? Major League. When Major League 2, when Rick's doing the deodorant commercial.
And he holds
He's
it up
like,
upside
he's like, label out. Or no, upside down. Upside down.
upside down. I forgot how to throw heat.
That just totally fucked me up now, man. What the fuck? Why'd you do that shit, you son of a bitch?
I'm amazed you didn't finish the Kraken bottle. What the hell, over?
What do you mean, finish? What, at the pay party?
Yeah.
I drank 17 shots of that shit.
I couldn't do it. I don't see how you did that. I drink.
I kept putting them in a shot glass and drinking.
I would just not do well. I get
Hey,
heavy.
and what did I do the next day, babe? I got up
Tours.
and gave tours at yep, the ferry.
When you smelled like Kraken.
No,
That's madness.
I don't get hangovers.
That's just wrong. Evil. Something.
What can I say? I'm gifted.
Yeah.
It's my superpower.
We all have our superpowers.
Mm-hmm. Yours is fucking up a completely good conversation with penis barbs and shit.
Slide it in.
You were having a funny conversation about gonorrhea, and then
We
went
were
and
having
fucking
lots of
ruined it.
laughs. Oh man. Do you know where syphilis exists in nature?
Spaniards who pretend they discovered America. Or no, he was
Who
Italian.
are the little things that jump and hurt your car?
Tribbles?
Armadillos.
Oh.
So if you eat an armadillo, you can get syphilis.
Oh.
Don't do that. Don't eat armadillos.
I didn't get syphilis.
You ate an armadillo? Don't eat armadillos. They're really bad for you.
Good eating. Tastes like possum.
There was this weird restaurant in
You
California.
just said restaurant.
Restaurant. There was a weird restaurant in California, and they were very controversial because they would serve bald eagle, and you'd go in there. Yeah, the Manitoba. You know where Manitoba is.
Yeah.
It's Canada. Well, this guy's on a Harley, and he's got a deer across his the back of his bike. Hunting deer in Canada on a motorcycle. But there's this real controversial restaurant, and they served bald eagle, and it's got a really weird taste. It doesn't taste like you'd expect it to, because most people don't realize this, but bald eagles are kind of scavengers, and carnivorous birds, they have a weird. The only way I could really put it is bald eagle tastes kind of like spotted owl.
Gamey.
They're both endangered species.
I'm just screwed.
Okay. I was half-ass paying attention. I'm sorry.
It took him a minute.
No, it didn't take me a minute. I heard it all, and I'm just sitting here trying not to pay attention to you. Talking about eating a bald eagle. The fuck is wrong with you?
We should have turkeys as our national bird. That's what Ben Franklin wanted. Smart dude.
Makes sense.
Get over this silly nationalism. Eat turkey for Thanksgiving. People lose their minds. Turkey rights. Don't eat the national bird. Hell, yeah, eat the national bird. Pick something that's useful. We're consumers. We're a consumerist nation, based on consumerism. Hell, we had a revolution because we got mad because somebody sold us shit, and then they tried to charge us more. So we dumped our crap in the bay. Harbor. Whatever. Fucker. We need to
Didn't I just walk her home?
We need to we need to get pissed off again when people charge us too much. To make shit at good prices now.
And then we're fucking it all up because we just be constantly pissed off.
Okay. We need to be more pissed off. We need to be more pissed off and less offended. Fuck being offended. Get pissed off.
In the words of Rocco, you get fucking excited, man.
You get excited. Do something about it. Come on. Do something about it.
No, we need to do something about is fucking millennials using words that they don't know how to use.
Don't understand. Or, dude, it's not even millennials. Did you see the thing about
That
the
shit was savage.
Oh, savage. Oh my god.
God. What was the other one oh, she's so salty.
I actually asked about that this weekend. Sweet and salty. It's like, so salty is a nice way of saying she's a bitch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Call her a bitch.
Salty back in our day.
The stuff you put on food.
No. Salty was like,
Oh,
it's
like-
usually like reserved for a curmudgeon type of person. You know, like an old military guy who
And
just,
it wasn't even salty. It was an old salt.
yeah.
You didn't put the Y. You just a salt. Ah, that dude's an old salt. I mean, experienced. He knew what the hell he was doing. Like an old chief.
Mm-hmm.
The Navy chiefs, were old salts. They weren't salty. They weren't bitchy. They'd slap the shit out of you if you did it wrong. That's not being salty.
Yep. So yeah, they gotta stop this shit.
These are the same people that picked Blake as the sexiest man alive.
Adam Levine had the best line though. Come on, sexiest man alive, my ass.
Yes! Sexiest man alive, my ass.
And
That-
Jennifer's like, family show. I love Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson is fucking awesome.
Madness.
I want to be a
She
part
forgot her pants on Wednesday or Tuesday or whenever that show was.
I want to be a part of J Hud Productions. What the fuck was Miley wearing?
Pink bags.
Jesus Christ.
Garbage bags. She couldn't even sit in her chair. It's like, measure that shit first. Good Lord, people.
You're like that big around and you're wearing a dress that probably could fit either one of us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, easy.
So, here's a question for you. What do you think about the remake of The Crow?
Haven't seen it.
Have you seen The Crow?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Jason Momoa is playing The Crow.
I already talked about this.
We
yeah,
did?
we did. We talked
Okay.
about this. We, I've already said it, and I'll say it again. He's a little too big. He needs to, I don't know, be vegan for a while if he's going to be the right size for the Crow. But he's just way too
Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. Now you can no longer give me shit about Wolverine.
We're getting a new Wolverine.
Good. Hopefully it's Scott Conn.
Hopefully it's a short dude.
Yeah, that's what
That'd be
I'm saying.
nice if it was a short dude. Because
It
he's only
would
supposed to
be.
be 5'4",
3.
5'3".
Yes, 5'3".
5'3",
5'3", 285 pounds.
Yes. I knew he was close to 300 pounds.
Here's a question of debate.
Oh,
Shoot.
question of
It's a
debate.
question and debate. Love it.
Should I report sexual harassment if I then slept with the man?
Oh, if he sexually harassed you and you slept with him? But he didn't rape you. You slept with him by choice.
Says years ago, worked as a volunteer for a political party, and while showing me some work on a computer, a senior staff member repeatedly touched my knee. He said sorry and then did it again, about 7 times. He finished by saying, "I'll need to report myself for sexual harassment now." At the time, I laughed it off. Blah 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 blah. Months after I split from my husband, the harasser started to pursue me, giving me the attention I had been so lacking. Vulnerable, emotional, and drinking too much, I started a relationship with him. I also used him for a job reference and have his glowing praise for my work on my LinkedIn profile. I was an adult who made poor decisions, but with the stories in the press, I wonder if I should report his behavior. Or
Yeah.
have I invalidated the harassment and let women down by sleeping with my harasser and using him for a job reference?
Don't.
I don't think it's either or. I think it's more in the middle.
I think you made bad choices, but don't report the guy. I mean,
Because it doesn't invalidate it.
it doesn't validate. I mean,
No, it invalidates her harassment
know
claim
that-
that
I
she
don't know
slept
that-
with him later and had a relationship
I don't know
with
that you can invalidate sexual harassment. I mean, was it flirting or was it sexual harassment?
Well, it's like the chick who said that Ron Jeremy sexually harassed her. She came forward, yeah, Ron Jeremy sexually harassed me. Okay, this is a porn star for one. And he invited you over to do a porn shoot. And he was sexually harassing you apparently during the porn shoot. And then you decided, and this is all in her story, she decided to stay the night with him that night and sleep with him.
Outside
And
of
now
the porn shoot.
outside of the porn shoot, and is now reporting him for sexual harassment.
Okay, so let's figure out what sexual harassment is. Sexual harassment is an unwanted sexual advancement.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we agree on that?
Yes, we can.
Unwanted sexual advance.
Mhm.
So if I put my hand on Cody's knee, and Cody says stop it, and I take my hand off his knee, we're done. If I never put my hand back on Cody's knee, we're done. If I put my hand on Cody's knee and he giggles and goes, hee, you're so bad, or something like that, that's not sexual harassment. Because it's not unwanted. Every dude, if he talks to a woman and she says, go away, you're making me uncomfortable, it is the dude's obligation to go, boop, done, and to shift into a completely neutral mode. Now, at work, it's way better if you just leave everybody alone. That's probably the best idea. Don't flirt at work. It's a bad idea.
Especially if you're
It's
in
a bad choice, as my wife would say.
especially
making
if
a
you're
bad
in
choice.
a tiered management system.
Yeah, don't ever flirt with your underlings. That's a double terrible idea. Extra bad idea.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
But now, so what happens though if you end up actually sleeping with the person afterwards though? So he sexually harassed you and you said no.
Did you say no?
Did you say no? That's the question. Did you tell him to stop?
Yeah. I mean,
Because here's another thing. If you did not, or if you did tell him to stop and then later decided to sleep with him, what's going to happen next time you tell him to stop?
you still got to tell him to stop. I mean, he's still got to stop.
Yes, but at the same time, in his mind, well, she told me to stop before and then she slept with me.
That
Maybe
has,
this is her game.
Yeah, that has to be a moment by moment thing.
Yeah.
If she says stop, you got to stop. You just got to walk away. And maybe that'd be really good for people not playing stupid fucking reindeer games. Oh, stop. Okay, and you walk away. Why'd you stop? You told me to stop. That's how it works.
I said no. Don't stop.
No, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Okay, fine.
So our Chicken King says you need well-defined rules, lines drawn, or everything else is ambiguous.
Yep.
If you like it, it's flirting. If you don't like it, it is harassment. But
Yep.
what is a legal definition of the line is the problem. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, here's the deal. Now what you're looking at, what the question she's asking is, do I ruin this guy's life that I actually slept with and had a relationship with?
because I'm feeling guilty. Do I feel it's like these kids who get drunk at bars and go have sex, and then the girl feels guilty later, and then has the guy arrested for rape. No,
Because she didn't know what she was doing.
the hell
Okay.
she did.
Guys,
As a
guys,
woman-
She might
guys,
not.
listen, guys, you have a thing in your pocket called a cell phone. Film this woman before you take her home, or before you go to her home.
No, it's time to just make a change, make a global change, and go. All right, I have a contract. I have all this stuff filled out.
With the party girl epidemic, I think women need to start making and holding themselves accountable and responsible.
Responsibility is a wonderful word.
Because so many guys are getting their lives ruined, and I am probably going to go on blast for this one, but the kid Brock, the one that's now labeled, this rapist and stuff, because he had sex with an intoxicated woman, and I totally wholeheartedly believe that, they were all flirty together. She probably had entirely too much to drink. They went to go have sex. She passed out. He continued to have sex anyway.
Yeah, and that.
He's inebriated. She's inebriated to the point where she passes out.
The thing is, we don't have the story there.
He's not a violent. He didn't mug somebody and drag him into the woods. This started, in my opinion, and we don't know for sure.
Yeah,
But the circumstances sound like
the whole
that's
story.
what happened. They were, all drinking at a frat party. They went somewhere to have sex to, be away from everybody, and she passed out before.
Yeah, then you're
it
done.
seemed consensual.
Yeah, then and at that point you have to be smart at that, and that's where the responsibility of the boy has to be. Boom, I'm done.
Right, but I think we as women need to stop letting ourselves get to that point.
That's entirely possible as well. And the consequences have to be strong enough. I'm a personal believer that if you rape somebody and you're convicted of rape, you're killed or castrated.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Situations like that with the Brock kid. What?
Now there's allegations against Danny Masterson. And Leah Remini speaking out against it. They're speaking out about it.
Masterson.
The Ranch. Hyde from that 70s show.
Oh. Yeah, he wears those tinted glasses. You can tell he's a little shady.
These are allegations of rape.
Oh.
The Church of Scientology is trying to cover up the allegations of rape leveled against Danny Masterson.
Oh, he's a Scientologist.
I didn't know that.
That makes it hard. That makes it hard for me to be on his side.
Hold on.
Isn't there some tech that makes it so you don't have to rape people? I mean, they cured Tom Cruise and who was the other one? Who's Vinny Barbarino?
Oh, John Travolta.
They cured those two of being gay. Isn't there some tech to cure you from being a rapist? Nothing? No. So I guess you're screwed.
Yep, he's an avowed Scientologist.
Mm.
Member of church being dated women, Christy Bixler for about 6 years. Yeah, I guess like a bunch of women are coming forward about this, and the church is covering it up.
Yeah, see no good. You're a rapist, you gotta go. Don't care who you are. Done.
Because she's going off because Netflix fired Kevin Spacey.
Yep, for being a pedophile.
But they're not firing Masterson.
Ooh.
And that probably has a lot to do with Scientology.
They're pretty powerful people, as I understand it.
Because they fired Kevin Spacey and Louis C.K.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. Yeah, not a clue what,
Oh, Christy Bixler, who he dated for 6 years, tweeted, because your boyfriend tells you it's not rape if you're in a relationship, and then his church covers it up.
Ooh.
# why women don't report.
Yep, it's called consent.
They're saying that's why the LAPD has already mishandled Masterson's case. Despite the department's recent statement that they would take all cases seriously, Remini and Bixler really believe the church and police are simply too close to be trusted. Scientology is very sick in that it's partnered with his Police Activities League with the Hollywood division, Remini told the Daily Beast. What it's done is it's aligned itself as per its policies because they are Scientology policies that say, safe point yourself to an area police department because then nobody will attack your good works.
What?
In other words, safe point yourself. In other words, get to a local police department and nobody will fuck with you because you're a Scientologist. We got them.
Oh, safe point. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So in other words, they're saying for a Scientologist, if you have a problem, go to a police station no matter what you did. They'll get you in the right hands.
Ooh. That's a little creepy.
LAPD has 28 open cases of sex crimes in the entertainment industry and expects to file more in the coming months.
Well, that's weird. Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, wow, even bigger story. Khloe Kardashian may have just revealed her baby's gender. Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Kim's actually doing some good things with her fame and money. She's supporting legal defenses for 2 underprivileged women. One of them is Centoya Brown, who is currently in prison for shooting and killing the man who kept her captive as a sex slave since she was 16 years old.
Oh, yeah, killing.
Yeah.
If you,
Why is she in jail?
Because she used a gun in California. Right?
Yep, pretty much. And then I don't remember the other one.
Guns abuse women. Yeah, guns free women too. There's a dude who will never mess with a woman again. There is a fact, statistical fact. I saw this online.
Oh, so it's real.
100% of criminals that you shoot to death never commit a crime again.
That's true.
Now, I haven't done any real research about that, but it seems like a really solid, statistic.
TMZ put that up.
Yeah, there's just so much nonsense, dude.
It is.
We've got to get rid of guns. Really?
No.
Okay.
Just gotta get rid of people.
Welcome to blacksmithing.
There's too many people.
Cody's like, I hate people. I'm going to start doing blacksmithing.
Why do you think I like driving so much?
Oh,
That's my
yeah,
job.
You were alone.
Exactly.
You read books or listen to books and just
Yeah.
don't have to deal with people.
Fuck people. Who needs them?
I gotta set up the pottery shop.
Except for you guys watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching. He doesn't have to deal with you though. You notice?
Keep watching. Especially you, Kamaya. Keep watching. We're gonna have to figure out how to do like a swirly thing on there, a little hypnotize thing.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Here, we'll do the. We'll do like a hypnotize. There you go.
Obey. Obey.
Obey your ass.
Obey.
I kind of feel like you're about to slip something in my drink.
It's getting close to sexual harassment.
Scientology is a good thing.
Science.
Scientology.
Science. We're gonna redo it. We're gonna have our own thing. It's called Science. It's close. All the Scientologists will get confused and give us money. You're behind on your Scientology dues. Send us $10,000.
If she's under 5'4", she's gonna stress you out, bro. All she's gonna do is jump to conclusions like she gotta jump to reach everything else in life.
My sister represents that remark.
That's okay. She's married proportionate to her height,
That's true, yeah.
so it's okay.
Yeah, because I think my
She's
brother-in-law is like 5'4".
Really? Dude, the funniest couple I ever saw was my buddy and his wife. She was 5'1". He was 6'5".
Nice.
Oh, it was hilarious. Too damn funny.
All right, so
8 minutes.
don't rape people.
Right. Don't rape people.
Don't sexually harass people.
Hey, babe, what's up?
Don't know what that was. I think that was his girlfriend calling. Probably. Yeah, don't sexually harass people. If somebody says no, stop. Even if you think they're flirting with it. If they go, no, quit it. Stop anyway. Because if they wanted it, they shouldn't have said no. How about that?
Charles Manson leaves the entire estate to his pen pal. What the fuck does
Charles
he have
Manson.
an estate for? How does he even have an estate?
That's a good question. Let's find out. How much is Charles Manson worth? According to Manson's son, while in prison, the former cult leader reportedly made a small fortune by selling paintings, TV shirts, TV shirts. I should say T-shirts, probably. Photos, interviews, and more on various websites. This money is reportedly stashed away and hidden as Manson can't legally earn money from music royalties, image licensing, book royalties, and sale of artwork. While in prison, he earned a stipend of $35 from the state. In 2014, Manson married 26. Estimated worth is $400,000.
Who?
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson.
Why?
For selling books and interviews and T-shirts and shit like that.
But I thought when you were in jail, all of your cash went to
His
the state.
son was selling it all, and then when he got married, all the cash went to his wife. But he left everything to a pen pal.
The son?
No, Charles Manson. He left all of his estate to a pen pal.
Interesting. That didn't get set up by the government. Now the government owns all his stuff.
The pen pal was a government person.
Absolutely. They've got his signature. All right. We're out of here because I got to run.
Oh, so
And,
that was the wife that called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Angel in the morning. That's her
Oh, yeah.
her ringtone. All right, y'all. Got to boogie out early. Boogie out early. Have a great week.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't inappropriately touch people.
Don't rape people. Don't be like Hollywood and politicians and those people.
Scientologist. Don't be a Scientologist.
Just don't rape people. Freaking quit it.
Scientology rapes minds and people.
Take offense. Does not support any of the
Scientology.
statements. Take Offense does not support any of the anti-Scientology statements made by Cody. Love y'all. Peace.